All right, my friends, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. This is another one of those videos for us casual sim racers. You know, the dads, the grandpas, the guys that come home from work and just want to sit down in front of their couch or in a gaming chair and just play, but actually be able to at least use a wheel and pedals and, you know, kind of get that feeling, but we don't want to get super invested. We're not sweaty. We're not sweaty sim racers. So let's talk about this for a minute. Today's video is actually going to be about pedals, load cell versus just your good old fashioned springy, spring-loaded freaking pedals, man. This right here is the this set is the Thrustmaster Raceline pedals. These come with the T598, and I'm grateful they do. And we're gonna we're gonna talk about why in just a minute, because Thrustmaster a little while ago sent out the T-LCM load cell pedals for me, and you know, guys, if you're into sim racing, you've watched other videos before. You've more than likely come across, you know, some of the other sim racers talking about the load cell and how they love the stiffness, right? I mean, all of them say that. Well, guys, I have had the Camus LC100 load cell pedals, very, very nice load cell pedals, 100 kilogram load cell. Now I have the Thrustmaster load cell pedals with the, you know, obviously the T-LCMs. The Raceline are going to be getting a load cell bracket, and I just picked up the Fanatec V3 inverted pedals. They should be here sometime next week. They've already been shipped. I got those on the Black Friday deal, so I'm expecting to get those pretty soon. Well, here's the thing, guys. In preparation for the Fanatec V3 pedals that I just ordered, I moved the T598 over to my wheel stand 2.0 from Next Level Racing. Use the code Froggy24 if you want any Next Level Racing stuff. That'll save you 5%. It helps out the channel, and it helps them continue to look at Frogboy X1 Gaming as a platform to where they can, you know, send their products, and we'll treat them fair, and we'll get you the best coverage that we can out of these products for Next Level Racing. So, and the same goes for Thrustmaster. I just don't have an affiliate link there, but the T598 is quickly becoming one of my favorite entry-level DD wheels ever. And I mean that. So with the TCLM pedals, is what was going on is I had both the red springs on there. I had everything just really tight. And to be completely honest with you guys, I was struggling really bad to actually acclimate and get good with those pedals. Like they're fine, you can do it and everything, and you know, you're just gonna have to get used to the whole pressure thing. Well, I found that I absolutely love having that progressive spring. I do. I absolutely love that. I'm not going to change that. I don't care if everybody else in the world loves their stiff brake pedals. I like having that play. I like having that. So what I did was, instead of having the red springs on my TLCMs, I took the thick spring off of the Raceline and I stuck that on there. And oh my gosh, that absolutely made the freaking pedals so incredible for me. You know that I like rally games. Rally games are like literally my number one, my number one freaking, like, I'm playing I was out playing EA Sports early this morning. Rally games are literally my favorite. That is my favorite genre of racing. After that would be GT3. I mean, like, F1 is like very way at the bottom. I've actually been toying around with a lot of LPM or LMPH lately or whatever, and that's actually pretty fun too. But rally racing is by far my favorite. And to have a stiff pedal when I'm rally racing with the TLCMs, with the red pedal, like being super stiff and stuff, I was finding myself to be more, I was starting to train myself to actually have to just push on the brake really hard and like stop it, and you know, basically what you would be doing with the freaking e-brake, but you know, obviously sending that transfer weight to the front tires. Well, I would find myself not being able to modulate my braking the way that I like to when I'm rally racing. I don't like to always have to just slam on the brakes. I like to progressively slow down into turns and into corners and stuff like that, because I like to be precise. If that makes any sense when I'm rally racing. If you've seen any of my videos, I always try to stay like to the middle of the track and stuff. I always like to, you know, just be cautious, stuff like that. I like driving like that. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why I don't go out there and like compete and stuff, because I'm not looking to game the system. I'm not looking to find ways to cheat the system or anything like that. I'm trying to essentially role play as a rally driver and just have some fun. Like I know that like everybody buys sim racing games for their own reasons, and me literally driving around a game like Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, just driving around that map is sufficient enough for me to enjoy that experience. Like that is significant, or that is sufficient for me to enjoy that experience. So it's basically what I'm saying is, after switching out that spring on my T-LCMs, I now have a lot more, like I can push that pedal down and modulate my braking so much better than I was able to do with the other stiff springs on there. I don't like that stiff spring when it comes to load cell brakes. I want that modulation, and that spring was absolutely perfect. I really do. I mean, Thrustmaster, if you're listening, please start putting the Raceline spring in the T-LCMs and the little I took off of the T3PM. I took this part off. I took this part off and I put that on there too. So I got that little elastomer thing on there as well. So definitely, Thrustmaster, if you're listening, make sure that spring goes in there. Make sure there's just one continuous spring for that system. If you have to do new bushings or whatever to make sure it like holds in there pretty well, absolutely put that in there, because that there just made all the difference for the load cell. I get that a lot of people want their hard stuff, so definitely more options are always better, especially if it comes from the factory and you don't have to like sit and figure out ways to adapt it and stuff like that. Because you know, a lot of people out there for sim racing, and I'm one of them, we just want that plug and play experience. Now, I will be honest, I have been going above and beyond and trying to, you know, get better, trying to understand the equipment, doing everything that I can. That's why I've been, you know, really focused on trying out as much hardware as I absolutely can to try to, you know, increase my knowledge. Obviously, you know, and that's come, you know, that's kind of come at a cost of, you know, like always, you know, not getting comfortable with anything lately. So I've been switching out my gear a lot. I mean, I bought the Fanatec almost 2 years ago now, and you know, as I've been, you know, experiencing that, and then going from like Camus over to freaking, you know, back to Thrustmaster, stuff like that, over to Logitech and things. So the things have just, you know, like it's starting to make sense. A lot of it really does feel the same, and a lot of the experience is very similar. Most of these companies are very good at building out quality products that absolutely work. Some, I mean, but you also get, you know, some of the things that, you know, obviously with sim racing comes, you know, having to be able to learn how to solve some problems and stuff like that. You know, like if you're missing a bolt or a bolt hole don't line up or so. Sim racing is interesting, and it's definitely, it is a lot more involved than just picking up a controller and sitting down and playing a video game. But I feel like we're at a point with hardware, with, you know, with racing stands and stuff like that. I feel like we're finally at a point, guys, where the casual gamer can definitely get in there with a system like, you know, the T598 or the Thrustmaster or the Fanatec DD Pro, the Logitech G Pro, all of these different setups. You know, when it comes to, you know, the console gaming market, you still have like your Logitech G923 that's literally plug and play, your Thrustmaster T248 that's plug and play. Like, you have so many different options that are literally just plug and play. The only thing with the Logitech is they're finally starting to get some of their other stuff out there, you know, like different wheel rims, stuff like that. Definitely making the G Pro a lot more attractive for people like me that like to actually, you know, have a dedicated rim for like track racing, have a dedicated rim for my rally gaming, and then obviously you get your you get your stock rims that come with every wheel setup. And I don't know, man, like a lot of casuals would probably just be like, oh yeah, and they would just live with it and deal with it and find ways to make it work. But trust me, man, getting yourself, like buying yourself a better rim, you know, like the EVO rim, the 32 millimeter EVO rim that I use exclusively for rally racing, is only going to make your experience better. It is. I mean, a lot of people look at the cost of some of this stuff, and there's a reason why it costs, you know, more, because you're going to buy that rim and you're going to love it and you're going to keep using it, and it's going to be the best thing that you've ever bought when it comes to sim racing until you buy something better. That's just the way it is. Like, you're going to buy your entry level stuff, you're going to have fun. And people ask, you know, is something like a T150 good? Obviously, I'm still sim racing. That's the first one I bought, was a T150, and here I am 8 years later, 7 years later, still doing the exact same thing, and I'm having fun, man. Like, it's incredible to be able to get in here and learn how to set this stuff up and have fun. Most of the stuff I recommend on the channel really is like that plug and play experience. I had, you know, I'd spent so much time with the Camus stuff, and, you know, always having to like figure things out and set it up and change. I got so annoyed with having to do that, because it was like, gosh, a new game would come out and I got to spend half of the time I should be making a video about the game, figuring out the wheel setup and getting that all set up and dialed in to feel right. Well, I don't have that problem with Thrustmaster, Fanatec, and Logitech. They're just good. You can set them in auto, you can have fun. Obviously, there's more settings that you can change around to make the experience, to fine tune it even more, but it usually feels adequate out of the box to at least, for me to at least make a video or for you to enjoy it. And, you know, I put my nephew, I had him come out the other day. We were reviewing and doing the Fanatec, or the Next Level Racing GT Lite Junior, and I threw the G923 on there for him. Immediately, like, he was up and going and having fun, and, you know, just, I mean, and like his only other experience, you know, was like he's played on my wheels like a couple of times, and then maybe, you know, and obviously he's went and done like go-karting and stuff, but he acclimated pretty quickly to that and was having a good time. So it's one of those things where it's like these entry-level bases, obviously there's a reason why Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and you know, Logitech are, you know, the top selling wheels for everybody, is because they have good word of mouth, because they're good. They do what they need to do to give you an experience that's going to get you into sim racing. You're going to buy that stuff, and you're not going to just throw it in your closet, you know, and you're going to actually use it and have fun. So, all right, my friends, yeah, I feel like I got it all situated. I'm really enjoying the Thrustmaster T-LCM pedals now with that spring on there. This is my preferred setup that I'm using right now, the T598 with the EVO racing rim. That's what I'm racing on there. I'm still trying to get the EVO rim figured out to update. I still haven't been able to get it to do it. So as soon as I figure that out, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, guys, right now, man, I'm a lot more happy with the load cell pedals now. But before I was really starting to dislike them. So hopefully I can figure out something for the Fanatec V3 pedals, the inverted, because if it's like well, maybe those will be different. I don't know. So all right, guys, if you like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.